Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
People often argue over Android versus iPhones, but the real debate should be middle-aged Gen X morning shows versus Hoppe Hour. Guess who wins? We will let you decide. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Yes, now. What? Now. If I hit this button, boom, the whole program's gonna start. Okay, well, hit it. All right.
Now, something completely different. Smoke medical weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and past it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2. Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
Where we at? Always going in, never doubt it. Never worry about the dollar. Need a source or trending topic. Be the hottest, search about his competition. Microscopic, never copied. I'm a giant rolling weed up, now we flying. H-O-P-P-E. 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 You already know Hoppe Hour in your system.
I don't want to say a bad mood, but I'm a little spicy right now. We were having some technical difficulties off the air, but we're here. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. I dedicate this sound to how my morning has been going. Technical difficulties. That is the longest 5 seconds ever. And this scene right here from Office Space describes how I feel.
Hey guys.
What's up, G?
Want to go to Chachki's? Get some coffee?
Oh, it's a little early.
I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mundus.
That is me.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mundus.
Oh, one more time.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mundus.
Oh, one more time.
Somebody's got a case of the Mundus.
All right, that's beginning to get irritating. I don't know. Every Monday I wake up. I don't know if it's because I stay up late to watch Sunday Night Football. I get up in the morning and I'm just cranky, man. It also may have to do with the fact that we're living in boomer times. And no, I'm not going to rip into boomers. I know boomers don't like when the truth is said about their generation, but their generation and the great generation created this. And I think it's time to get rid of this.
This morning, the return of a timeless debate over whether the U.S. should goodnight its twice-a-year clock changes.
I'll believe it when I see it. There's going to be no change ever in this. People are too comfortable with this. It's not healthy to one day have the sun out till about 6 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, and then it's dark out around 4:30. It's not normal. But we need it for the farmers. Cool. We're in 2024 going on 2025. We're halfway through the 2020s. I think the farmers can figure out a way to survive without having to go back an hour. We literally have AI. You're telling me they can't figure out technology where we don't need to mess with the clocks?
Anyone else not ready for it to be dark when you get out of work?
From TikTok to late night, even celebrities have weighed in.
Of course, Oprah is talking to Jimmy Kimmel. I was going to make a pedophile joke, but I don't think Jimmy Kimmel's a pedophile. Oprah definitely is.
What I like about it is it allows me to know that spring is really here.
It's such a boomer answer. Spring is here. It gives me more time to cuddle in the Darkwood Gale when I go down on her.
In March, our clock sprang forward, extending daylight later into the evening.
We know how it works.
Now on Sunday, the clocks will fall back, allowing for an earlier sunrise and an extra hour of sleep.
I've noticed, though, that it's talked about less and less. Like, I remember growing up, that was what everybody would talk about. I had to remind my coworkers because I had to be up at 7:45 the next morning, and I'm like, you guys know that that's tonight. And a lot of people were like, wait, does that mean that it goes back on Sunday night going into Monday? I'm like, we've been doing this since the beginning of time, and we don't know how it works. I think that means it's time to get rid of it. All right, I am not in the mood for Taylor Swift's horrendous singing.
We're meeting Taylor Swift at midnight for her final concerts in the U.S. this weekend. Welcome to the Eras.
Oh, wow, so she had a concert that went extra longer because of daylight savings. Oh, man. Forget about the shifts that people work overnight at factories where they have to work an hour longer. You have to go to an hour longer Taylor Swift commercial, or what is a commercial, but a Taylor Swift concert? No, thank you.
It's time for Hoppe's Inbox, only on Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
We got some comments here in Hoppe's Inbox. First, Ryan, I love that you stood up for yourself and called out Rover, or should I say Shane French. That punk has been thinking he's king shit when he's nothing without Cleveland, the city he doesn't embrace. Next comment, and this is from my video about Tiffany Henyard, one of the awful mayors in America in Dalton, Illinois. Where is their money going? If previous mayor did this, she'd be hollering from the rooftops what a lowlife he is. Fact, she is the worst mayor in history. Try millions of dollars Tiffany Henyard stole away when the town was in the toilet. There is so much corruption with the Bidenomics. They get with stealing the taxpayers' money. Good grammar. Don't go jail. Why? Embarrassing. She couldn't hide millions of $500,000 for tree job. Come on, mayor. Get blah, blah. Wow. I feel like that person named Sean that wrote that comment was probably really mad about Tiffany Henyard being an awful mayor and just a complete bitch. So his grammar went to crap. And we got some comments about me kind of being in the middle about Tony Hinchcliffe. I'd be more mad if an actual politician said it rather than some comedian, which I agree with. Trump literally hired Tony to be Tony. And then Trump's like, I never heard of him. I didn't know who he is. Okay, well then you should probably find out who's doing your rallies in front of your millions of mutants that are homophobic and transphobic. Moron. And trust me, I don't like either side, so relax with the pro-Trump people that are like, you must be liking Kamala then. I'm not voting. I don't care. I think they're both asswipes. So kiss my ass. Next comment. The joke was funny, and it's funny because it's the truth, but at the end, it's a joke. I just find it funny that Harris can call people Nazis, but a comedian or actor shows up and says the same thing, and it's a case of everybody getting soft. I thought that was an accurate point. Let's say, let's just say one of the celebrities that Cardi B kisses ass to, or not Cardi B, well, like Cardi B is an example, but Kamala kisses her ass to have them speak at her rally. What if they said something like that? I don't think the liberal media would be going after them. But because it's Donald Trump, blah, 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 blah. Speaking of morons, Cardi B was in Milwaukee, which first of all, I'm sorry you had to go to Milwaukee, Cardi B. That city smells like diarrhea. I don't mind Milwaukee. I like the Milwaukee Bucks. I like Giannis and Damian Lillard. I like the basketball team. The Brewers are okay. But whenever you go to a Brewers game and the Cubs are playing, it's just Wrigley Field North, as they call it. But I don't like the city. and Kamala was having a rally there, and now she's just bringing out all these twerking artists. She had Glorilla, or whatever the name of that artist is, twerking in that. And then you have this moron.
Now, I took my time writing this speech, so I'm going to make sure I deliver it right.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading it off of the phone. Look at that awkward cheer. People are like, are we supposed to cheer? I guess we're supposed to cheer? Oh, yeah. Wow. You hired somebody that used to rob men while being a stripper. You hired her to speak at your rally.
Because I got something I've been wanting to say for a long time.
I'm a piece of trash.
Saying it on Twitter, on my Instagram, and I'm ready to tell it to you now.
I am a thug.
Y'all ready to listen?
No. Most annoying voice. She was funny during COVID. Like 2020, I thought she was kind of funny and almost attractive. Now I think she's just a trash bag.
Right now? All right. Just like Kamala Harris, I too have been the underdog.
What?
I've been underestimated.
Yeah. When you rob men in the beginning of your life, in your 20s, you're going to be underestimated because that's kind of a bitchy thing to do.
My success belittled and discredited.
You're rapping about your vagina.
Tell you something. Let me tell y'all something.
What?
Women have to work 10 times harder, perform 10 times better, and still people question us how we got to the top.
You got to the top by writing it. Just like your candidate got to the top riding Willie Brown.
They be like, how she got there? Hold on. Let me warm up.
She is drinking her water. I bet she's used to drinking water during a lot of activity. I need a little break. Too much in my throat.
Let me tell you something. I can't stand a bully.
Oh, and you're not a bully? The way you had Child Protective Services, and you're like, I'm going to beat your ass. And if it's a man, I'm going to have Offset beat your ass. That's not bullying? Or the other people's names you've slandered? Oh, you're projecting because you're a bitch.
But just like Kamala, I always stand up to one.
Oh, really? Does she stand up to them or blow them?
All the time. I'm ready for them. Yeah. And I'm going to be real with y'all.
What?
I wasn't going to vote this year.
Me neither, honey.
I wasn't. But Kamala Harris joining the race, she changed my mind.
No, me getting paid to show up here helped.
Completely. I'm not giving Donald Trump a second chance. Nope.
Should have given him a chance the first time.
I'm not taking any chances with my future, and not damn sure, and taking no chances with the future of my children.
Listen, I try not to rip into people that have loud voices that I can't stand, like Cardi B or Stephen A. Smith, because I have a loud voice. But my God, is she annoying.
All three of them. All three of them. I'm not giving him the chance. You're not giving him the chance.
I can imagine Republican radio today. Imagine they're freaking out. This trash bag.
Yeah. I'm with Kamala.
That's good. Maybe you can learn some tips about how to be a good side chick with that. And then there's this. Cardi B acts all high and mighty because she's in front of a room of a bunch of liberal sheep morons. And trust me, I want Kamala to win just because of women's rights and gay rights. Trust me. I don't want Trump to win, but I'm also not giving Kamala my vote. Even though I'm in Florida, where it's a pretty important state, but I don't like the idea of sleeping your way to the top and not even earning the spot in a regular election, just getting the spot because you guys let Joe Biden think he had a chance. I'm not supporting that fucking bullshit. But if she becomes president, I'll be happy. If Trump becomes president, I'll be like, whatever. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Cardi B acts all high and mighty in that room of fans, but then goes to social media to respond to the trolls.
I worked so hard, bro. I worked so hard on my speech. And a lot of y'all talking about like, oh, why are you reading it from a your phone.
Man, you can't even say phone.
Bitch, I had to write that shit down because I had to make, bitch, I'm 32 years old, bitch.
Okay, bitch. Here's the thing, though. Her reading from her phone, she actually didn't do a bad speech. Like, what is she supposed to do? Like, she's a millennial. Like, that's like reading from a piece of paper. Like, boomers write things down. Millennials use phones. I use Google Docs because I can access it anywhere. So people ripping to her for reading off of a phone, I bet Elon or Trump's done that. So that's stupid.
And I have 3 kids. My mind be fucking raising all goddamn day, bitch.
Yeah, we got it. You like to squirt out kids like a water gun.
Like, it's like sometimes, bitch, I be arguing on my shower.
Really? Cardi B likes to get into arguments? No, that never happens. She'd be the worst to argue with. Blah, blah, blah.
Like, fucking rehearsing what I'm going to tell when I see them.
Swearing doesn't make you appear gangster, Cardi. It makes you appear dumb.
And you know what? I forget what I be telling them. I'm like, damn, I was in the fucking shower for 30 minutes fucking putting what I was going to say to this motherfucker. But
Oh, wow. You know what happens to me? I get comments on my YouTube video, rude ass losers from Cleveland or whatever. I give it a heart and I ignore it. Cardi B gives these comments, oh, way too much life.
What? Then when I be in face to face, I be forgetting. So, you know, when it comes to this shit right here,
sure.
I been knew what I've been wanting to say, but I had to make sure I ain't forget. So I wrote that shit the fuck down.
You should talk about how you used to rob guys and openly bragged about it.
Because y'all going to hear what the fuck I wanted. Y'all going to hear what the fuck I had to say.
You know what Cardi B is? If she wasn't a famous rapper and whatever, she'd be any of those moms you see at Walmart that yells at their kids in the middle of the aisle. She is a trash bag. Speaking of the city of Milwaukee that I'm not a fan of. Oh, I don't like Milwaukee. Bobby Portis Jr., who plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he brought that city a championship. The first championship they had as a city in 50 years because Green Bay is not in Milwaukee. Somebody robbed his house. Oh, crime happening in Baltimore, or not Baltimore, well, that crime happening in Milwaukee. That never happens. Milwaukee's a great city of love.
What's good, Milwaukee? Over the last 4.5 seasons, I've considered Milwaukee as a home. I've grown here, I come here a boy, and elevated into a man.
Hell yeah.
The love you guys give me here isn't something that I ever felt before in my NBA career.
Got it.
But while I was at my game yesterday, I had a home invasion, and they took most of my prized possessions.
You're a bitch for doing that. Whoever did that. Maybe it was Cardi.
If you have any info regarding this, please send the info to info@bobbyportis.com. Like I said, if you have any info regarding this,
we heard you.
You please send the info to info@bobbyportis.com. Any info that leads to the return of any of my belongings will be rewarded handsomely.
Hell yeah. Thing is, snitches get stitches. So it makes you wonder. Do 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 do. It's time to talk about a sport that nobody cares about in the city I live in, known as Florida. That's actually a state, not a city. But I do speak nationwide, so whatever. Time to talk NBA. We're going to bring a different type of aspect to it. I may yell like Stephen A. Smith, but I don't act like a smartass. Well, maybe a little bit. Okay. So sad this is the last year you're going to hear this music. NBA on TNT. So, Vince Carter, who played pretty well 25 years ago for the Toronto Raptors. And yeah, he had kind of a bad breakup with the team, but he still brought them some good memories. He got his jersey retired by the Raptors. And it was against the Sacramento Kings, where DeMar DeRozan plays basketball. And he also played in Toronto. And people have often debated, hey, Does DeMar DeRozan deserve to make the Hall of Fame? Because everybody makes the Hall of Fame in basketball. Does DeMar DeRozan deserve to have his jersey retired? Well, let's send it. Here's what happens. Drake is an ambassador for the Raptors because he's from Toronto, but he's really an ambassador for anybody who has a good basketball team because he's a kiss-ass pedophile. And they put Drake on TV to do some play-by-play, and it gets weird.
Let's send it courtside to courtside reporter Drake.
This might be the last one, boys. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, what's up, boys? Talking like I'm 15, dog.
That ain't right.
Don't get me fired up tonight. Not gonna lie. Shout out to
Man, you don't sound fired up at all. Yeah, I'm still kind of heartbroken that Millie Bobby Brown never decided to sleep with me once she became legal.
the last one, boys. I'll tell you that.
Ain't right,
Don't get me fired up tonight. Not gonna lie. Shout out to Vince Carter, man. I don't think people understand that's our first retired number, right?
And it's
that's
a legit
incredible.
banner too. That banner is beautiful.
You know how some rappers don't sound like their rapping voice? Drake sounds every bit like his music.
Absolutely spectacular, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
He speaks like somebody whose name would be Aubrey.
Spectacular, right?
Yeah, unfortunately we're playing this goof tonight, but it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Hey, look.
Talking about DeMar DeRozan.
Okay, we're going to take the break. You're going to stay with us.
I bet you are, huh? I've had enough vodka soda grapefruits. It's time to take a break, huh? By the way, put the camera on Jessie Reyes. She looks 20 million out of 10 tonight. Let's get a camera
Now they're zooming in on a woman.
shot of her. Forget these clowns.
Jesse, we have a...
Oh, yeah. Let's get a shot.
Hell yeah. Let's show a girl that's got a boyfriend.
Out of here. Look at that. Wowzers.
That is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a shot of her. Look at that. Wowzers.
I'm surprised he likes someone that's over 21.
Mm-hmm. Let's get a shot of her. Look at that. Wowzers.
No wonder he's into underage people. He's got the mindset of a 15-year-old. Show the girl with boobs.
Yeah. Let's get a shot of her. Look at that. Wowzers.
One more time. Drake would say wowzers.
Yeah, we have a...
Oh, yeah. Let's get a shot of her. Look at that. Wowzers. Wowzers. An absolute national treasure right there.
101.92. Jack and I...
Holy smokes.
Speaking of national treasure...
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question. Is that what you're going to ask?
No. I didn't...
I don't know what he has against DeMar DeRozan. Maybe it's because, I don't know, he sides with Kendrick.
Well, you know DeRozan and Kyle.
Yeah, well, shout out to Kyle.
The statues are next. Well,
yeah,
they are. Drake, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and don't go near my daughter.
Cut me. I'm getting cut.
You're not.
Ah, whatever. They are cutting him. All right. And then there is this right here. Here's DeMar DeRozan's response to that pedophile.
DeMar, in tonight's broadcast, Drake said, if you ever put up the DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down. So
one more time. It's so great. What a gangster response.
You know, I'm always humbled just the thought of that even being an opportunity.
DeMar, in tonight's broadcast, Drake said, if you ever put up the DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he gonna have a long way to climb to take it down. So
DeMar DeRozan isn't always like clutch when you need him, but he's good enough. He's your typical baller, shot caller. And Drake's your typical pedophile. Stay away from my daughter. All right. Things are not really going well right now for Jason Kelce. He was walking down the string. He was walking down the street singing, do I diddy diddy dum diddy do. No, he wasn't doing that. He was walking on a campus, and a kid called Travis the F word for gay people because he's dating Taylor, which makes absolutely, positively no sense. And we'll get to that in a second. But this headline got lost. Kelce slams Jason Kelce's dumbass response to sex drought. Uh-oh, trouble in paradise.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Based on my husband's dumbass response to this question.
Kylie Kelce is calling out her husband Jason for his response to a question about marital dry spells.
Yeah, that's a big thing for guys.
Recently, a New Heights podcast listener asked Jason Kelce and his brother Travis, aka Taylor Swift's boyfriend, for advice on how to overcome a sex dry spell he and his wife were going through. And the bros shared their thoughts, including Jason's unexpected suggestion.
Wear some really skin-tight pants.
Show off them thighs and
Show
glutes.
it off. Sometimes,
hell yeah,
they just want to see the goods. And I don't know what you're working with. If you have a big rear end, just put some tight pants on and just start doing work where it's...
He's being funny, Kylie. No wonder you're probably having a dry spell with him. You have no sense of humor. I bet you're a dead fish in bed.
Nice up in the air and she has to look at it. If you got a nice bulge, maybe you've been blessed with that. Show off what she finds attractive in you.
Now Jason's wife Kylie is weighing in on his tips on TikTok, and safe to say, she thinks they were a total fumble.
It's a guy talk show, Kylie. Sorry, we're not always perfect as you. You're an NFL wife. I'm sure you're a jogger. You're so perfect.
If I had to guess based on my husband's dumbass response to this question.
He'll probably cheat on you tonight. Honey, I got to work late on Monday Night Football.
I would say that he's probably going to experience a spell of his wife.
Oh, really? And guess how this is going to go? He'll either dump you. I'm getting so worked up, I knocked the mic over. He'll either dump you or cheat on you. In my last relationship, the last 6 weeks was a dry spell. I didn't get laid at all. And you know what I did? I dumped her. And I wish her the best. Kylie, you're not indestructible. You're not that pretty. I'm not saying you're ugly. But, you're like a 6.8. He's like a really handsome guy. He can get any girl he wants. Women don't know what a dry spell does to a man. It rips your confidence in and out. Because you go, am I not attractive enough? And the wife's like, I will watch, Unreasonable Doubt or Netflix or the Menendez Brothers documentary. We are meant to ejaculate. Men are meant to come. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Girls can go 6 months without getting laid. Girls are weird about sex. Girls are like, whatever. Us, we get turned on. We can't just turn it off. I'd be very careful about this, Kylie. He didn't call you out. He called out the situation about somebody asking a question. If we hear that they get a divorce, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe that's why he broke that phone. The homie hasn't been laid.
Saying that she's not interested.
Kylie also says in the caption of her vid, by now, New Heights 92%ers should know to take Jason's advice with a grain of salt. But Jason and Trav didn't stop there. They had more advice for the dry spell caller.
For me, I've learned that you try and set it up. Let's say you know you're in the mood early. Start setting that thing up early because women, they're weird. They don't just always want to have sex.
They are weird. They're like, oh, it's 9 p.m. I'm tired.
Don't just always want that. Just like men like to be sought after, women like to be sought after. And if you, if your woman thinks that, you just want sex now, and that's all you want, sometimes it's hard to get in the mood.
Do some that you're supposed to be doing without her asking.
Hell yeah, I'll do the dishes for you, Taylor.
That's right.
Punch. Let her know, listen, baby, I'm trying.
Maybe if you're on the TV, put something on that just really is going to get her revved up and going.
Everyone loves Ryan.
She's into Baywatch, or she's got a thing.
I used to hate the show. The show's great.
She's got a thing for a specific actor. It's okay. It doesn't have to be you that's getting her excited. Sometimes they just get excited watching stuff. Maybe
he's breaking down his marriage.
She's into The Rock. Just watch.
Just know, Kylie, you're not indestructible. You're not perfect. I bet you were so boring in bed. All right, Jason, should be grateful you're with me and my plain Jane self.
Jumanji. Maybe she's into jungle and muscular men.
Heaven forbid Jason be funny, Kylie. You really showed why. I don't even know. I'm just guessing. She just doesn't seem cool, man. I used to think she seemed cool, but she just seems like maybe my husband. No, you're just saying that because you don't want to have sex with him. Because your relationship's probably about to end. I've been there. And then you go through a dry spell and they make it seem like you have to earn it. It's like, no. That's what husbands and wives or whatever you identify as. That's what lovers are supposed to do. If you're not doing that, then you're just roommates.
Whoa! Happy hot topic! Jason's a big-time player.
While Jason Kelce spent part of his Saturday celebrating with college football fans, this heated interaction now raising eyebrows. It started as Kelce walked among the crowd outside Penn State's Beaver Stadium.
He's going through a dry spell. He's all angry.
Then,
hey, Kelce! How does it feel your brother's a
Makes no sense. How does it feel that your brother is an FA, the word for gay people, for dating Taylor Swift? Yeah, he's dating a really pretty female. What a loser.
After someone shouts a homophobic slur aimed at his younger brother Travis, Jason's seen grabbing an unidentified man's phone and slamming it to the ground. Video obtained by TMZ Sports shows the man pushing Jason before the former football player repeats the slur.
You know what? I love that quote. Social media made y'all too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face. Tyson said that. Like, if you're trying to pick a fight with Jason, you're probably an angry Philly fan.
On social media, fans sounding off with mixed reactions.
All right, we don't need to hear from the triggered Gen Z. I'm so triggered. Shut up.
Found herself at the center of political debate recently.
That's Taylor Swift.
After her endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris for president in September. Former President Donald Trump posting, quote, "I hate Taylor Swift."
All right, so we already know that. I love how they bring up things from like 3 months ago. Really interesting there. Oh, guess what, guys? If you never knew who you wanted to vote for yet, you know who's going to change your mind? Famous actors. Like 81-year-old Harrison Ford. Narcissistic loser. Have you noticed, too, that whenever somebody says, go out and vote, if you don't vote for who they want you to vote for, who usually liberals say that, then they get mad. Here's Harrison Ford's really dramatic thing about the upcoming presidency. Shut up.
Look, I've been voting for 64 years.
That's so cool, bro.
Never really wanted to talk about it very much.
And we never needed to hear from you.
But when dozens of former members of the Trump administration are sounding alarms.
Oh, yeah. Because when I think of someone that's really relatable to the everyday average Joe, I think of 81-year-old end of my life Harrison Ford.
Saying, for God's sake, don't do this again. You have to pay attention. They're telling us something important.
Yes, trust me, I'm an actor. I read from lines, and I'm reading from lines that someone wrote for me.
These aren't soft people. They're governors, generals, standing up against the leader of the party they spent their lives advocating for.
What about Kamala Harris, who literally didn't earn the spot and slept her way to the top? What about that?
For many of them, this will be the first time they've ever voted for someone who doesn't have an R next to their name.
Yeah, of course it's in black and white. It's got to be dramatic.
Because they know this really matters.
What does it matter to you? You're worth like hundreds of millions. It doesn't affect you at all. You're just an 81-year-old actor. You know, you're probably never going to make a movie again, so you need your moment in the sun.
The truth is this.
What? That I'm a loser?
Kamala Harris will protect your right to disagree with her.
Oh, really? She's a career prosecutor. I disagree.
About policies or ideas. And then, as we have done for centuries, we'll debate them. We'll work on them together. And we'll move forward.
All right. You know.
The guy, he demands unquestioning loyalty.
I'm so excited to not vote for any of these morons.
Says he wants revenge.
Amendment 3 in Florida. We need to have weed legal so we can only get basic generic weed from Certera or Curaleaf or Trulieve because all the politicians and the elite like John Morgan have money and I'm good smoking my Delta 8 I got from the gas station. I'm good. Although I don't like anti-abortion, but what are you going to do? Fucking Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, he really, can relate to the everyday average Joe. I thought this headline was strange. Tim Wallace is trying to be all badass. Dude, shut up, you're a liar.
If you're a billionaire, Elon Musk, for example, say, that guy got it. Michigan knows that word.
Making fun of gay people, kind of. I thought we're such a woke, party. This moron can't even talk. Imagine Kamala has a heart attack in office, and then we get this idiot.
If you're a billionaire, Elon Musk, for
I played football.
example, say, that guy got it. Michigan knows that word.
Well, you're really funny. I got a son that made it about him at the DNC by clapping. Oh my God. I don't know if you can tell. I'm in kind of a bad mood. I came in here like a wrecking ball. The only thing is I don't have an STD like Miley Cyrus. Unless you count HPV. I'm kidding.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
watching Good Morning Football on the TV. If only every show was as good as Good Morning Football. Although I do miss my wife, Kay Adams. Yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by DZBZ Honey at DZBZHoney.com. When I tell you it's the best Delta 8 CBD honey around, I'm a man of my words. Honey sticks, lollipops, a jar of honey, whatever the hell you need. DZBZHoney.com. Use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe. No, it's not Hoppy.
Completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Everyone else is afraid to say, Ryan Hoppe will say for you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Ryan's tall like the sky.
Yeah.
6'9", he's fly. From Chicago to the Bay.
Oh, sure.
In St. Pete, he'll stay.
That's where I live.
Talk of love and fame. Dating life's his game. News all stars he spills. With laughter fills. Hoppe Hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Yeah, bitch.
Ryan's got the groove.
Oh, sure.
Hoppe Hour makes you move.
What's going on?
A cat by his side.
Meow.
In Florida they reside.
856-49 Hoppe. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Let's get back into the content. Let's find out what Olivia Rodrigo's red flags are in dating. Take notes, boys or girls.
Hoppe Hour, all you need. Rich and Ely, take a seat.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
And if they say yes, I don't date them.
Olivia Rodrigo is opening up about her biggest dating red flags. While sharing some BTS secrets about her Guts tour with Netflix, the brutal singer reveals the go-to question she asks while on dates. And
they should add the words up in front of her word guts for the tour. Get it up in the guts.
Depending on the answer, it can leave her feeling sour.
The biggest red flag, okay, this is a very oddly specific question that I ask guys on first dates. I always ask them if they think that they would want to go to space. And if they say yes, I don't date them.
That's kind of cute, to be honest.
I just think if you want to go to space, you're a little too full of yourself, 'cause I think it's just weird.
And it's honestly kind of cute, to be honest. I would say no. I'd rather be in space by taking some edibles and laying in bed with you, honey.
Olivia isn't the only one who agrees with her space red flag, as Grimes, whose ex is SpaceX founder Elon Musk, also chimes in on the conversation.
Of course he does. I'm the richest man in the world. I think I'm so cool.
Writing on X, formerly Twitter, it's true. Only women should be going to space.
Weird, man. She's not going to bang you, bro. You're too autistic.
And this isn't the first time the Disney Channel alum, who's currently in a relationship with Louis Partridge, has
the lucky guy
shared her perspective on dating. In fact, as she told Variety in an interview in 2021, her debut album Sour served as a deeply personal one. Telling the outlet, I definitely talked about my deepest, darkest secrets and insecurities on Sour, which is sort of strange to be like, here, you guys can have this. Anyone who wants to listen to it can listen to it.
Whatever. I'm watching TV right now, and they have those anti-Amendment 3 commercials in Florida for anti-weed. And I want to dedicate this to Ron DeSantis and all the loser squares that could probably use some marijuana. Oh, we don't want it to smell like it in public. I love that smell. Oh, yeah. This is for you, DeSantis. Sounds like smelling cocaine, or snorting cocaine, rather. Weird. I've never heard weed sound like this. Sounds like I don't want it to smell like it in public. I want it to. That dude was really having a hard time getting the flicker to work. Hopefully he doesn't have a hard time flicking the bean, if you know what I'm saying. All right, this bit sounded a lot funnier in my head. Oh my God, it's Pamela Anderson. She doesn't wear makeup anymore because she's so different, so unique. It's so riveting now wearing makeup. Good for you. You spent all the 90s having a sex tape that made you really famous and showing off your body and looking hot. And now you look like you're old. Congrats. That's so awesome.
Pamela Anderson opens up about saying goodbye to Hollywood.
And looking pretty.
The former Baywatch star shares insight into her decision to leave Los Angeles 4 years after returning home to her native Canada. In a new interview with Women's Wear Daily, the actress explains, "I guess it was a homecoming, you could say, adding to really kind of look at my life and remember who I was.
I used to be pretty, and then I had a lot of plastic surgery, and life hit me, and other things slapped me across the face."
Not what other people were telling me I was. I didn't want anything that had happened to me to define me.
Yeah.
I wanted what I do to define me. Back in September, she revealed to Better Homes and Gardens, "I was not in a good space when I moved back to Canada."
Man, you know you're old if you're speaking to a garden magazine.
I don't know what happened over the last few decades, but I feel now so far removed from the image of who I was.
Yeah, you look old.
Adding, I felt very sad and lonely. I didn't feel just misunderstood. I felt like I had really screwed up, that my whole life was a bundle of mistakes. I was hard on myself, and I thought,
whatever, I can't take it. My life was so hard, the way I used to be pretty, and now I'm not. Whatever.
Ben Affleck says Jennifer Lopez's talent is unstoppable. The actress's ex, from whom she filed for divorce in August, praises her performance in the upcoming film Unstoppable, which he co-produced. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight published November 3rd, while promoting Small Things Like These, another film he produced, Ben says, quote, "Unstoppable is a very different movie than this, but in a way, it's similarly rooted in the passion of really talented artists," before giving a shout out to all the actors, including Jennifer. The Air actor explains that he thinks the passion for a film's story from the actors can be critical to its success. He says, quote, "It speaks to a certain kind of thing I guess we're drawn to. We really believe in the power of storytelling when the people involved in it are deeply connected to the story."
That's how it works.
He adds, quote, "Jennifer's spectacular."
Whatever. Kiss her ass. She ain't coming back, bro. So, Maitland Ward blocked me on social media. She was in Boy Meets World, and now she does pretty average porno. I've seen better porno with POV from non-famous people. But she was on a Disney Channel show, so her porn's exciting. She has to say, Trump is not good for the porn industry. Religious right ain't pro-sex worker. Yeah, they're not at all. They're a bunch of sluts, but we're going to watch it anyway. Religious people are weird, man. I worked in religious radio. They are weird. They think there's a guy in the sky that's going to save them and that he hates gay people for some reason. Bunch of bullies. Bunch of recovering bullies who think they're better than you when they're not. Because all they eat is donuts all day, so their shit literally stinks. All right, here's Maitland Ward.
Well, let me just say, I think Election Day is so much fun.
I've had semen on my face.
I mean, the night is not going to be fun because it's going to be all stress and chaos.
I really don't care. You see this vape? Well, it's an audio podcast, so you can't see it, but I'm smoking my weed vape. I don't care.
But the actual day of election and the early voting and everything, just going to the polls, I think it's just so fun.
I like to ride a good poll.
To get my sticker and like be very patriotic.
Oh yeah, look at us. I'll talk about it later, but the whole sticker thing, nobody cares that you took a picture with a sticker.
And I think everyone should vote. That's what I should think right now. Everybody vote.
No.
You're hearing it straight from a porn star.
Yeah.
Vote. But I also think I don't agree that Donald Trump would be good for the adult industry.
Who would think that? The Republicans are literally the most suppressed, angry, sexual people. They don't like others having fun because their religion tells them they can't.
And I don't know anybody why they would say that necessarily, because I mean, he has the religious right in his back pocket. I don't think people who are praying over him as the Messiah are going to be for sex workers.
It's really weird how like people like portray this image. Like Charlie Kirk, who I went to high school with, is like, he's a family man. He cheated on his wife with a porn star while she was pregnant. What are you talking about?
And I guess the argument is that, well, it'll help business and it'll help finance and it'll help the industry make a lot of money. But I mean, I think the industry is making a lot of money.
Yeah, we don't need the government to screw us over anymore. The porn industry is screwing themselves, literally.
I'm making a lot of money. My stock portfolio is high.
Good for you. You give oral sex for money. That's so commendable of you. Congrats. Good for you. I bet you're used to this sound. Mm-hmm.
My property values are high. I feel great. And
my vagina's a little sore.
And I absolutely feel for the people who are the working class and they need, the groceries are expensive and housing is expensive. And I feel for that, but I don't think anybody saying that Trump would be good for the industry is actually thinking about the underdog.
Yeah. All right. I can't take enough of this. I've had enough. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Mm-hmm. Tyler, the Creator, calls out Taylor Swift fans.
I got Swifties all mad at me with their racist ass. Bringing up old lyrics. Bitch, go listen to Tron Cat. I don't give a fuck, bitch. They gonna bring out the old me.
Tyler, the Creator, is like, makes horrible music, but he had a good show on Adult Swim, Loiter Squad, and he's funny, but his whole thing of, I'm the angry guy. It's like, cool. Ryan Reynolds fires back after neighbor Martha Stewart says he isn't funny in real life. Here's his response, which this just in. I don't like Martha, but she might be right about this. This response from him is not funny. I disagree with her, Ryan says, but I tried that once. The woman is unexpectedly spry. She really closed the gap after a mile or so. That would have been funny if you said that to Jimmy Fallon and he fake laughed, but that is just such a bad response. It was like you gave her a softball pitch and she swung it out of the park with her opinion that you're not funny. That was the most unfunny thing I've ever heard. All right. Okay. Let's talk about it. I'm not voting. I don't care. I'm not voting for a career side chick, and I'm not voting for Trump. But I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, you know what drives me absolutely mad? You know what drives me nuts? Is people, a lot of times it's liberals. I voted. Here's my I voted sticker. And they just make the post because they're looking to make people mad, because they want to trigger people, because they want to see people go, you better voted for Trump. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. No one's impressed that you voted. Hey, random dude in Tampa or whatever city I see the post in. No one's going, oh my God, you voted. That's so cool. That's so commendable. We're so proud of you. That's so awesome. That's so unique. It's so cool. And if you tell anybody who's Gen X or Boomer that you're not voting, oh my God, you might as well begin World War III. People get so mad. Every night before I go to bed, I watch porn so I can screw myself. I want to screw myself, not the government. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This show is for the hard-working average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the U.S. or the U.K. As long as you're listening to Hoppe Hour with your eardrums, that's all that matters. I hate when people say ear hole. It sounds gross. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial or that streaming device. However the hell you're listening to Hoppe Hour, we'll be right back. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
Come to blend in. I came to sit at table, stack chips and bid big, and leave average to them average kids. Catch me in person, see how above average I'm is. Boy, God, I'm back to drinking Chris. Original gold bottles is not who you think it is. Think big like I'm managed by Mark Pitts. My mind state now is let them hate, get rich. I do the hustle like I'm dancing in the 70s. Me and my guys here to raise hell to live heavenly, and shedded blood for these diamonds like the biz. Let's drink to being home on parole. Cheers. And get fetty is the slogan this year. Abracadabra flow, poof, brokenness disappear. And chicks asking who this new dude is. I tell them I'm that brand new flavor in your ear.
I came to do my thing. Drink Patron and sip champagne. See them chicks low road and bang. If you ain't getting no dough, it's a shame. Wait over here, why you waiting over there? Wait over here, why you waiting over there? Wait over here, why you waiting over there? Wait over here, I see you hating over there.
Yo, Slim, I'm not your ordinary, I'm extraordinary. My whole get down, kill 'em like a mortuary. I got a baker's mindset, all I think is dope. That's why I'm focused like them cars that Ford promote. I'm a starer, my aim is to split green like 18 under par with my team by tomorrow. Try and block us and watch how you get it, dude. In your face, be a most viewed on YouTube. I told y'all I was so serious, and anybody thinking that I'm not is so delirious. Oh, we gotta be off that homegrown or that crush on. And I ain't got time to play with people's kids. Vines got beers in the chambers where I sit. And chicks asking who this new dude is. I tell them I'm the brand new flavor in your ear.
So I came to do my thing. Drink Patron and sip champagne. See them chicks low road and bang. If you ain't getting no dough, it's a shame. Wait over here, why you waiting over there? Wait over here, why you waiting over there? Wait over here, why you waiting over there? Wait over here, I see you hating over there.
I'm so quiet, yet outspoken. How I'm pitching up the Rhine like I'm Nolan, and flooding blocks till they ruin like I'm Nolan's. And now I'm break bread with cats less I know them. I treat getting money like it was a sport. I came here to ball, watch me take it coast to coast. Spent too many nights praying for my wealth till I saw it at work. I was praying for my health. Now I'm no nonsense, so I'm not him. I ain't trying to talk no more. Homie, pay me what you owe. I get it in every day like a G. You ain't speaking about guap, you ain't speaking to me. Matter of fact, you ain't speaking to we. Only understand Gouda pimp speaking in cheese. And chicks asking who this new dude is. I'm that brand new flavor in your ear.
So I came to do my thing. Drink Patron and sip champagne. See them chicks low road and bang. If you ain't getting no dough, it's a shame. Wait over here, why you waiting over there?
Yeah. Brad Young and Vi with Over Here.
You waiting over there? you hating over there?
Just some girls making them. I bet they regret that. This is 15 years old. Alrighty.
Happy Hour will be right back. Happy Hour will be right back. Happy Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by a lot of sponsors. Fortify.com. FORTIFEYE.com. And at checkout, use keyword Ryan20, RYAN20, to save 20% on the best pre- and post-workout nutrition products around. This is also being brought to you by Amir, Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com, 2700 22nd Street North, and that's in St. Petersburg. Women's classes, self-defense classes, kids classes, MMA classes, boxing bags, a workout room, whatever the hell you need, go to amiracademy.com. Tell them I sent you. This is also being brought to you by Rich Keeley Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com, 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard. If you sign up for an appointment, because you can't just show up and go, hey, Rich, I want a haircut. Nope. He's popular. You got to sign up ahead of time. When you go there at richkbarber.com and then go to 4545 West Kennedy Boulevard, you'll save $10. Just name drop me. This is also being brought to you by the best printing company. I don't know if you noticed this trend, but I only surround myself with the best around. He's the best around. No one's going to keep Ryan Hoppe down. When you go to westchaseprinting.com, on the invoice, tell them that you heard about it from Hoppe Hour. Oh, sure. Got it. Also, counselingoncall.net. Is your mental health not doing well? Who is this? You got a side chick and an 80-year-old running for president. Counselingoncall.net. When you tell them you heard about it from Hoppe Hour, you'll get the best psychologist around. And that's about it. We might take another commercial break, or it might just go all the way through, because I got a lot to talk about. We'll see. We're going to come back on Hoppe Hour and keep this party going right after this. But first, let's hear from Hammer and Hank.
People with autism are often treated like they are different. Believe me, we are. Hi, this is Henry Oakes, but my buddies may have known me as Hammer and Hank. I was labeled as slow when I started school. Come to find out at the age of 12, the doctors decided I was autistic. Now at the age of 48, I have completed an associate degree in radio broadcasting and worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an on-air personality. So yes, I am different. People with autism have no needs, no different than you. Laugh, love, and learn to gain education and join the workforce. I did it, and so can anyone else with autism. So when you meet someone with autism, don't feel sorry for them. Work with them. Find out for yourself that autism isn't a disease, it's a condition. To find out more about autism, please visit autismspeaks.org.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Welcome back to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Happy Hour.
Happy Hour. Hey, it's MJ from the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM Tampa Bay, and you're listening to the Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Did you know Ryan Hoppe is bipolar? He loves it, no he hates it. He loves it, no he hates it. Get what we did there. Welcome back to Happy Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. 856-49 Hoppe. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com.
Yo, shout out to Hoppe running the show. Talking about celebs, all the news you know. Sex talk, wild, stay on the go. Playing throwbacks, 2000s flow. Got the radio blast, breaking the mold. Ryan Hoppe got the crowd in the hold. Right through the airwave, story unfold. Celeb secrets, yeah, the tea is cold. Hoppe's Hour ain't no less. Got the scandals, we obsess. Hear that beat, feel the cess. 2000 vibe, we the best.
Yeah.
Dialed in every night.
All right. We got some sad news here about Greg Popovich. No, he did not die.
Happy hot topic.
Breaking news coming out of the NBA. Spurs head coach Greg Popovich is out indefinitely with an undisclosed health issue. That's
Yeah, the team's doing okay with Wemby and Chris Paul. But man, ever since Trump got elected, Greg Popovich just became an angry man. He's like the Jimmy Kimmel of sports.
According to ESPN, the five-time champion suffered that health issue prior to Saturday's win over the Timberwolves. Assistant coach Mitch Johnson is expected to serve as the team's interim head coach until Popovich is ready to return to the action.
That's good that they have Chris Paul on a team because he's kind of a leader until you need him to win in the clutch. Then Chris Paul's like, me being clutch? No. Speaking of someone that's in a little bit of trouble.
Embattled New York City Mayor Eric Adams will stand trial on federal corruption charges.
He didn't do anything.
Beginning in April of next year. A federal judge set that trial date on Friday.
2025 is going to be the year of corruption trials. You got Diddy in May. You got Eric Adams in April. This is going to be a crazy 2025.
Mayor is accused of taking lavish gifts from the Turkish government in exchange for expediting the opening of a Turkish consulate in New York.
That doesn't seem legal.
City, despite safety concerns. Adams' trial starts just 2 months shy before the city's Democratic mayoral primary.
Yeah, and 2025 is going to be spicy for New York City.
Has denied any wrongdoing and says he does plan to run for re-election.
Of course he knows. He's a sociopath. He's a loser. He's a boomer politician. There's nothing worse than a boomer politician. They think they know everything.
Martha Stewart is making news with her new documentary, The Bombshells. Martha says she was 19 when she lost her virginity to the man who would become her husband.
Oh, yeah, that's how it works back in the day. But you never cheated, did you?
I had never slept with anybody before this. He was very aggressive, and I liked it.
The 83-year-old
He used to choke me.
also reveals she kissed a random stranger in Italy on her honeymoon.
It was not
Oh, no. Can't say that.
neither naughty nor unfaithful. It was just emotional of the moment.
No, it's pretty unfaithful. I love how because of like the Justin Bieber roast 10 years ago and her friendship with Snoop Dogg and she's got the good wine and whatever, people romanticize her, but she really is a bitch.
She also says that she and her ex-husband cheated on each other.
I had a very brief affair with a very attractive Irish man.
Oh, you're saying your husband's not attractive. And I love when cheaters say, it was very brief. I only put... I'm going to be clean. Plus, she wouldn't be putting anything anywhere unless she was using a strap-on.
But claims he had an affair with one of her employees on their
Oh, that makes it right then, right?
estate.
I kicked her out immediately, and he betrayed me right on our property. Not nice.
But you kissed the guy on a honeymoon. So are you innocent, honey? You've done nothing wrong.
Despite all her confessions, Martha just slammed the Netflix doc, critiquing everything from camera angles to music choices.
She seems like an insufferable person.
Telling the New York Times she hated the last scenes where she says she looked, quote, like a lonely old lady walking hunched over in the garden.
Well, you are, honey.
Complaining that the director didn't explain how she was recovering from an operation on her Achilles tendon.
Trust me, no one was thinking, oh, Martha looks old. Because we all think you are old, because you're old.
She also didn't like how she looked on camera, quote,
Or that's a you problem.
he had 3 cameras on me and he chooses to use the ugliest angle. Other issues?
Guilty on all these counts of whatever.
Way too much time was spent on her 2004 trial and
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal, though.
prison sentence. And remember how Martha told E.T. this?
What is your number one priority in life right now?
My grandchildren.
Well, her grandkids weren't even mentioned in the doc.
Well, maybe you should keep them anonymous.
It's a big fail in her book. And as for the music,
all right, I've heard enough about her. But then we have this.
Martha Stewart isn't a big fan of Ryan Reynolds' jokes. During an appearance on Built Rewards...
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds isn't funny when there's not a writing team around him. Mm-hmm. Just being honest.
Rent-free game show, the media mogul reveals that she doesn't think the Deadpool star's comedic timing in movies translates to real life. Explaining, quote, "You want to know something? He's not so funny in real life. No, he's not so funny. He's very serious." And the 83-year-old certainly has some insight into his off-screen personality, as Martha also shares that Ryan and his wife Blake Lively are actually her neighbors in New York.
Man, I have a huge crush on Blake Lively, and it drives me nuts that he's with her.
However, the culinary icon does go on to acknowledge that the actor has a talent for making his fans smile. She continues, "He's a good actor. He can act funny, but he isn't funny. Maybe he can get to be funny again."
She's just throwing shots at the end of her life.
Then hours later, Ryan clapped back at Martha's
Her and Harrison Ford should bang.
Comments on X, formerly Twitter, writing, "I'd disagree with her, but I tried that once. The woman is unexpectedly spry. She really closed the gap after a mile or so."
Yeah, funny. Really proving her wrong.
And while his jokes might not land with Martha, Ryan has found other ways to bond with his neighbor, including their love of riding motorcycles together. While speaking at the 2015 American-Made Summit, Blake and Martha actually spoke about those motorcycle rides and how they even spend some holidays together.
I love it when Blake comes over to my house, and you haven't been over for a while, but
I know you have to invite me.
But you came for Easter, and we had such a good time, and so did your nieces and nephews.
Yeah, we had.
And
whatever. Enough of them. This headline right here is very interesting. Not at all.
Next up, the New York City Marathon. A big congratulations to the 50,000 runners who hit the streets of all 5 boroughs yesterday. You could feel all the excitement all around the city. Spectators, of course, look at that picture.
Wow.
God, that's cool.
Wow, there's a lot of people running. It's so cool. Wow.
Lining up the streets, which, you know, that makes for some traffic jams, as you can imagine. Sure. No one felt the traffic jams worse than the Detroit Pistons.
Hell yeah, at least they're not in Detroit for once.
The Pistons were in town to play the Brooklyn Nets. They had to get to Barclays, couldn't get there, so they hopped on the subway.
They're copying LeBron's legendary clip from the 2018-2017 team that took the subway.
That's the Detroit Pistons on the New York subway there, like New Yorkers. To get to their game, I don't think there's a faster way.
Whatever. And then there is this. Such riveting news.
One survey says about 34% of Americans who plan to decorate will put up their outdoor holiday touches before Thanksgiving.
Now that Halloween is over, I wanted to show you how to properly bluff a Christmas tree.
It is kind of weird. Well, like if I live in the Midwest and Christmas music's on, I'm more into it because it's a little cold out. But man, down here in Florida, it's like 95 out, and it's like, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Now back to 105.5 The Dove, and I'm like, I'm sweating balls here.
And it's a beautiful tree. It's an absolutely gorgeous tree.
In Massachusetts, this 74-foot Norway spruce will soon make its way to New York City to become the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree.
The Rockefeller tree is something we must see every year.
Christmas is here, you guys. I don't care what y'all say.
Whatever.
We skip it, thanks.
All right. I hate when they clip these TikTok videos on the Today Show. Like, I know you're trying to be hip. You're like, oh, look at us. A bunch of boomers watch us. But hey, Gen Z, watch us. We're clipping TikTok videos. But it's like, nobody cares. But then again, I'm the one playing the clips, so maybe I do care. This next headline broke my heart.
Happy hot topic.
Margot Robbie had a kid. I was supposed to make the kid with her.
This Barbie is officially a mom. Multiple outlets report Margot Robbie and husband Tom Ackerley have welcomed their first child together.
I bet the news clip from E! News is going to say, we reached out for a comment, but did not hear back.
Together. And it's a boy. The first-time parents' exciting update comes nearly 8 years after they tied the knot in a private ceremony in her native Australia. They first met on the set of the 2014 film Sweet Francais. Flash forward, and the couple launched their own production company, Lucky Chap Entertainment. Together, they produced her monster hit Barbie. The film
Did she meet her husband after she was done getting banged out by Will Smith?
Went on to bring in more than $1 billion at the box office. And it sounds like this is just the beginning of their family expansion. In 2016, the Suicide Squad star told Sunday Style, quote, I want tons of children. Laughing while adding, well, maybe not too many. I grew up in a family of 4 kids, so that sounds like a good number.
Hell yeah, he'll be making a lot of babies with you. Got to be a fun activity.
We'll see what happens. No.
Whatever. Who cares? Let me see here.
How is Saint doing with his YouTube page? Well, follow Saint on YouTube because he stalks me every single day. It's hard because I'm here and I need to approve every video.
Yeah.
Well, looks like Kim Kardashian might have missed approving one of Saint's videos, as the 8-year-old's account's now shut down after posting an anti-Kamala Harris meme.
That's Kanye's kid.
You just gotta roll with it.
Fans noticing on Wednesday, Saint's channel, called The Goat Saint, no longer exists.
Unless you're under 13, you're a weirdo if you notice that her kid's page is gone. Like, the FBI should be at your door.
This page isn't available. Sorry about that. So why would Saint's channel get deleted? Well, it may have something to do with a politically incorrect post. Kim's second eldest previously shared a YouTube Shorts cartoon with a character saying he stepped in, revealing a photo of the VP on the bottom of his shoe.
That's awesome.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be another banger.
Saint's channel gone nearly 2 months since its launch.
You know, social media is such a great tool.
Oh, you know, Kamala was mad about that.
A great tool Saint can use as long as he follows his mom's contract.
I'm not even really talking about the kid, and I feel weird talking about her kid. So we're going to move on. All right. We got a few stories left. Police acting like the punks that they are at a football game. Pete Davidson does not have tattoos anymore. A heated exchange between Joel Embiid and a reporter, and Tom Holland is a beta male. We'll find out about that right after this.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Happy Hour will be right back.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
As a reminder, if you don't feel like listening to this next song, you can skip over it. But Ryan Hoppe of Hoppe Hour takes pride in his selection, so stick around, folks.
See both of us on the catwalk representing our culture, where the time and day has changed, where the women wear the pants without changing their last names, where the word diva mean diva, we run Las Vegas, and when the stock exchange bangs and we got claim to the change, all the go on, all the girl needs, it's just all those simple things, like to be careful, to have them be there for you, matters is those sweet things, that's all a girl really wants. Where them girls that like to be in charge, when the heat get too hot, they just keep turning it on, never let them see that you sweat, you gotta go hard, where those winning, that's willing to take it on. Where them girls that like to be in charge, when the heat get too hot, they just keep turning it on, never let them see that you sweat, you gotta go hard. exude confident, hell, fought to fail, never happen again. We don't wait, we get paid for our trade. Nowadays we sip lemonade. Instead of what he want, we do what we want. Buying homes in Geneva. Now when they say our neighbor rings, and that means more than things. All a girl want, all a girl need. It's just all those simple things, like to be careful, just to have them be there for you.
How is this song not a hit? Rihanna, Nicole Scherzinger, Winning Women. I love me some Nicole Scherzinger. I was in 6th grade when Pussycat Dolls came out. Hubba hubba, I was into women then. Oh, sure. Got it. I know what you're saying. I feel like I'm going to get beat up by Rihanna. All right. Enough of that. Let's hear from Hammer and Hank.
Hello again. It's your favorite San Francisco DJ, Hammer and Hank. I may look normal, but the truth is, I have a condition known as autism. That's right, it's a condition, not a disease. Fact is, autism can strike anyone, regardless of who they are. People with autism normally have difficulties in verbal and non-verbal communication skills, social interactions, and leisure activities. In a recent study, people with autism are less likely to have a job and more likely to become homeless. I beat the odds by having loving friends and family, having a college education. I have even worked in the San Francisco Bay Area as an honorary personality for many years. Always remember that people with autism want the same things as you, to be happy and successful. To find out more about autism, please contact your local mental health center or visit autismspeech.org.
And now, something completely different.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hey, this is Lex from the nationally syndicated Lex and Terry Show. And we're here to tell you, we know talent when we see it. Anyway, just wanted to let you know we know talent where we see it. But this is Ryan Hoppe with the Hoppe Hour.
Radio show was an energy drink, it would be Hoppe Hour.
If a Chicago accent and Florida man went on a wild weekend and ended up with a kid, it would be Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
This is theme to Hoppe Hour. Time to laugh with Ryan's power. Wacky fun and silly jokes. Hoppe Hour loves its folks. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. With Ryan Hoppe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the topper.
Oh, sure.
Grab your drinks and join the crew. Crazy stories just for you. Ryan's here to make you.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
The Hoppe fun begin.
Let me take a hit of my vape.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. With Ryan Hoppe. Laughs are never sloppy.
856
your popcorn
49 Hoppe.
Turn it.
856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. You can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Let's hear why Tom Holland is annoying.
Hoppe Hour's here to stay, making smiles every day. Radio fun around you.
Wow! Hoppe Hot Topic!
So I just give a little Google, look to the news. I'm like, she's good.
That's really sweet.
Tom Holland proves yet again just how much he loves Zendaya.
How obsessed he is that she might cheat on him. Because she's done scenes that are sexual in movies, so you know it freaks him out a little bit.
While speaking about his new non-alcoholic beer line on the On the Menu podcast, October 31st, the Spider-Man actor is asked who's the last person he's Googled. And Tom adorably reveals that it was actually his girlfriend, Zendaya.
The last thing I Googled was actually his hair. Yeah.
Fake laughter.
It's kind of iconic.
I'm not on socials.
Yeah.
And I delete it when I'm not using it. So sometimes like it's more of a bit of an anxiety thing, but like I'll check to see that like everything's good and just make sure we're all cool.
Yeah, make sure she's not seeing the other guys, you know?
So I just give her a little Google, look through the news. I'm like, she's good.
That's
fine.
really
Yeah, that's a little obsessive, bruh.
And Tom's latest revelation is not the only way he looks out for his girlfriend. He'll even swoop in to rescue her from a few paparazzi.
Oh, he's Superman. I mean, Spider-Man. He's a real-life Spider-Man.
While on a date night in New York City, October 24th,
he's got little man syndrome.
The couple had a few run-ins with photographers where Tom had to get a little physical. First, as the couple was leaving the corner bar, an overeager photographer can be seen blocking their path, with Tom having to push them to the side and hold on tight to Zendaya's hand as they walked away. Then later in the night, the 28-year-old got into protective boyfriend mode again.
He's so protective, even though he lets his girl make out in movies.
As the two get immediately swarmed by the paparazzi while exiting their car in Tribeca. As seen in the video, while Tom chose to keep his head down and plow ahead, Zendaya stayed back to sign a few autographs. However, when it appeared the Dune actress was being mobbed by overzealous fans, Tom quickly turned around to rescue her.
Ah, good for him.
Pushing people out of the way and leading Zendaya to safety. And even though the two had their love on display that night, they usually keep their relationship out of the public eye.
That's very smart on his part.
Tom has previously shared more insight into their romance and why they choose to keep things private.
Because he's afraid of losing her.
Telling The Hollywood Reporter in 2023, our relationship is something that we are incredibly protective of, and we want to keep it as sacred as possible.
I don't want her to leave my side.
We don't think that we owe it to anyone. It's our thing, and it has nothing to do with our career.
It's got to drive him nuts that she's taller than him.
Inside the Port Authority bus terminal.
I can't stand John Mulaney. My mom all of a sudden loves John Mulaney. I'm like, man, it breaks my heart. He sucks.
Pete Davidson's tattoo-free arms make their primetime debut. On the November 2nd episode of Saturday Night Live, Pete makes a surprise cameo alongside host John Mulaney. During the skit, the 30-year-old wears a short-sleeved shirt showing off his nearly ink-free arms. However, this isn't the first time we've seen the progress Pete's made in having his tattoos removed.
All right, so it's going to be a bunch of pictures that you guys can't see through the board. Through the audio. Joel Embiid's heated altercation, and he pushes a reporter in the 76ers locker room.
Joel Embiid got into it with a reporter in the 76ers locker room after their loss.
I love his voice. Sounds very smart.
Versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And before we get into what happened in the locker room during the altercation, this actually wasn't just a random situation that Embiid was mad at with this reporter. It wasn't just something sudden that happened. This actually goes back a week or so beforehand when this said reporter, Marcus Hayes, made an article about Embiid questioning his intentions to play and his injury.
It's a good point, but what he says after that is a bitch move. You'll find out.
This is what the article said. Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son, Arthur, as the major inflection point in his basketball career. He often says that he wants to be great, to leave a legacy for the boy named after his little brother who tragically passed away in a vehicle accident when Embiid was in his first year as a 76er. Well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up for work. Embiid has been great at just the opposite. Now, in his 11th season, he consistently has been in poor condition. This poor condition apparently seems to have delayed his debut this season. So that is what Marcus...
All right. I agree with the fact that he's not available enough, but that is a bitch move by a hack Philadelphia writer to bring in the family. You're a bitch.
Said about Embiid and why he was so upset with this reporter, Marcus Hayes. And then I'm sure everyone saw the interview of Embiid a few days ago where he goes off at the Philly media doubting his intentions to play and his injury, saying he...
it is hard when you're like, I don't want to do a back-to-back.
He's given too much to this city to be treated like this, and it was pretty much just a direct jab at Marcus Hayes. In fact, during that interview, Embiid was glad that reporter wasn't there saying this.
Like that dude, he's not here. Marcus, whatever his name is.
So there was a bit of build-up behind this.
You know, Marcus probably got a little excited that he pissed off a player because he's a nerd. These loser article writers that write for newspapers. First of all, newspapers are dead. Coming from somebody that works in radio, I got to be careful. But nobody cares. You're not impressing anybody. So this whole thing of, I got to write outspoken things. You're going to be remembered as the loser that spreaded hate and made an already unlikable city look even more unlikable, being Philadelphia.
This altercation in the locker room, and here's what happened in there, thanks to the story by Kevin Cooney on AP News. As reporters entered the locker room, Embiid confronted Marcus Hayes. The next time you bring up my dead brother and my son again, you're going to see what I'm going to do to you, and I'm going to have to live with the consequences.
Oh my God, it's a little frightening. I'm really.
And then Embiid continued confronting Hayes with several more swear words in the next sentences. Hayes then offered an apology, which Embiid did not want. That's not the fucking first time, Embiid said. And then a bit later, Embiid said that he doesn't care what reporters say, but then Marcus Hayes chimed in saying, but you do.
Marcus has a point there.
And that's when things started to turn. Embiid appeared to get louder at that point and not long afterward pushed Hayes on the shoulder while the team's PR chief got between them. Another PR person moved Tyrese Maxey's interview into the hallway in an attempt to get reporters out of the locker room. At the same time, a team security person asked the media not to report on this altercation. Embiid yelled over the security guard saying they can do whatever they want and that he doesn't give a shit if this story gets out.
All right, sounds like it's fun being in Philadelphia. Not at all.
The violent clash at a college football game. Will Reeve has the details. Hey, Will.
Hey, George. Good morning. Georgia-Florida is one of the great rivalries in college football. They play the game.
They're showing a video of a cop just punching a guy over and over again in the background. It's a visual, but it's just so ridiculous. You got the reporter all stoically saying what happened, and you just see this guy punching him in the face over and over.
Hey, George. Good morning. Georgia-Florida is one of the great rivalries in college football. They play the game every year in Jacksonville, Florida. That's neutral territory. Georgia won this weekend, but what happened in the stands is shocking. It's prompted an investigation, and it was caught on camera.
The Jacksonville, Florida Sheriff's Office says it's reviewing multiple violent altercations between police and fans at...
They got the guy already on the ground and they keep punching him. These people make cops look bad.
The Georgia-Florida football game on Saturday. That's assault! Jeremy Williamson says he recorded this video in the second quarter after an argument over verifying the fan's digital ticket.
It's like tase the guy. Don't punch him, you punks. You pigs.
Made contact with this man, and when he said, I'm not leaving my seats, I paid for them, and they immediately pulled a taser on him.
And that wasn't the only altercation at the stadium.
Cops are out of control, man. I know we need them and they're necessary, but they're punks. They're losers that were never cool on the playground. Then now this is their cool job. Why am I playing a pig sound effect when talking about cops? I don't know. The computer's malfunctioning. I don't know why it keeps playing this.
Multiple videos show a struggle in the fourth quarter between 3 officers and at least 2 fans. Then 2 officers appear to start punching the fans. Jacksonville's mayor saying, I'm aware of several disturbing videos circulating. The incidents are under investigation. One safety analyst says it appears the officers were following their training because one fan could be...
If that's the training, then you guys really need to figure out what the hell you're doing.
Seen with his hand around an officer's waist near the officer's firearm.
Well, that's not really a smart idea there.
And the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said in a statement, its professional standards division is, quote, aware of the video.
And we're just going to do whatever we can to sweep it under the rug, because we are.
Tick-tock, clock's a joker playing cruel pranks. Hoppe's hour almost done, feels like robbery in banks. Ryan Hoppe on the mic, dropping wisdom then streams. Syndicated sorrow, now it's time to shatter dreams. Oh, the Hoppe Hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing growing dim. Eardrums mixing hoppy like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the happy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Phone lines buzzing, but the laughter's growing dim. Eardrums mixing hoppy like fingers without rings. DHX to FM, shoutouts hit the street, but soon the sound will vanish like shadows in the heat. Oh, the happy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. Oh, life's just so unfair. Tuned in every night like clockwork to a show, and now it's time to face the silence like a TV on snow. Ryan Hoppe held the mic with humor so divine, the void left in our hearts wider than a canyon line. Empty speakers, silent vibe, but coming to an end like a rollercoaster stopping round the river's bend. Hoppe's jokes and jabs, these are daily grind. Now silence louder than the thoughts we can't rewind. Oh, the happy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair. The happy hour is coming to a close. Radio waves fading like a wilting rose. Laughter and joy dissolving in the air, but we'll keep the rhythm. Oh, life's just so unfair.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll call it a day.
Happy hour is now over.
Happy hour is now over.